how is Swordsman different from other sword fighting games? There's definitely a lot of great sword fighting games on the market. I think generally they advertise themselves as sword fighting games, but where Swordsman's different is that it takes a HEMA-inspired approach to essentially take any user, regardless of skill level, and create for them the sensation that they're actually sword fighting. It's a difficult thing to do in VR because the player has so much freedom with the way that they can move both of their hands and their head and their bodies. So to develop an AI that can essentially predict that behavior ahead of time and then act on it fast enough to block your sword as you're swinging it through the air is very challenging, especially in a physically simulated environment like Swordsman. So some of the other games take a more arcadey approach to this. Some of them are more about rhythm or precision in terms of how you swing and where you parry and how you parry. A lot of times people will ask, why should I buy Swordsman instead of Blade and Sorcery? And in my opinion, you should buy both. Like, I love Blade and Sorcery, I play Blade and Sorcery, but I don't play it for the same reason that I play Swordsman. To me, Blade and Sorcery is more of a murder simulator. They've got very robust ways to torment and kill your opponents. Whereas in Swordsman, you can expect a more intelligent opponent that wants to kill you just as badly. And you'll have to parry, and they'll have to parry, and it becomes more of a dance between you and your opponent. It became especially apparent to us with the Advanced Combat update that released recently, when we started to see reviews, not just from our beta team, but also from the store reviews, saying that this was the first time they felt like they were actually sword fighting in VR. And in a way, that was a signal to us that we were on the right path, and there's definitely a lot more we need to do to fully realize this goal, but that is what Swordsman does differently from other games. And we have a question for you. What are some of the sword fighting games that you've played, and what are some of your favorites?